Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. I am your host for this evening, Miguel Colon Jr., and I am joined in virtual studios with my good friends. And I'm going to put it out there, two of the best comedians in Florida,
Damn.
maybe two of the best comedians in the Southeast, definitely two of the best comedians on the show. I'd say top 1 and 2 on the show. And then me, baby, I'm just there. I'm Rodman, baby. I'm putting boards up, okay? Okay. I'm rebounding. But I'm here with James Young, Ken Miller, my two friends. And before we start the show,
it's crazy, man.
What's up?
Go ahead.
You need that. You need that third, bro.
You do, bro.
I was watching. I got insomnia like crazy.
You do.
And I was watching the Kevin Garnett, his little thing on Anything Is Possible. I think it's on Showtime of Stars. And they were like they were talking about it was Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. And then once Ray Allen came,
that's it.
Beating them.
That's it. Because that third, because with the two, when you got the Pippen and Jordan, you got this dominant force. But then you throw in like a BJ Armstrong, you're like, hey, all you got to be is good.
Yeah, the first run was a Horace Grant.
Yeah.
And then the second run was Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Yes.
The second run was Rodman.
Right.
So, man, you throw in a third cat that can rebound or shoot the three. Shoot.
And then we got Patricio. He just here on a work release program. We're like, listen, man, you keep our numbers good for anyone who's non-binary and likes to do hallucinogenics.
Hey, Patrice get in when we up by 20.
Yeah. Hey, Patrice is a special needs kid. We're like, everybody, let Patricio run one. Okay, he's like, I play football good. Yeah.
Rudy.
Hey, James, and every now and then you come block his shot.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
He gotta learn. He gotta learn.
Weak sauce. Get that out of here.
Everybody ain't gonna tell by them droopy eyes that he needs time. You know?
Oh my goodness.
We horrible people.
I'll tell you this way. Hey, I'll start this off with this then. We're gonna say some unpopular things. I do not like when I watch a sports video and they're like, they let the special needs kid run a touchdown down and the other team like lets him do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? Let him play.
Yeah.
Let him play, man.
It's worse if you let him do it.
But I'm not. This is sports, man. This ain't about. This is about. There's few things in life that are about winning and losing, and sports is one of them.
Excuse me.
Yes.
So
HR Ken. Yes.
So in high school,
were you the special needs kid?
No, listen. Hear me out. So we have this special needs school that our high school would play their basketball team and let them beat us every year.
That's a hard one, man. It's like, why are we going out here to do this?
Wait a minute. Hold up. I ain't gonna tell you that Ken Miller dunked on one of them. I'm not gonna tell you that.
Yeah. You better.
I ain't gonna pay. This 1995 ain't no cameras, baby. Ken Miller might have dunked on him.
Tell me you didn't get mad during the game and tell him that you're gonna kill his whole family.
Nah. This is right here. My coach was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Yo, bro." It was like, I'm balling.
Yeah.
What you want me to do, bro?
He came to the court. He wanted to smoke.
Bro.
Look at him over there catching butterflies while we trying to play a game.
That kid was so happy to have these balls in his face. He didn't even care, bro.
Kid, you going straight to hell.
He was like,
Kid play good basketball. Yay. You know what would be even better, though? To Iverson him. Just cross him over to death, you know? He can't move that fast.
Hey, cross over him, he fall. I step over here, man, his service dog.
Yeah.
Yo, I kick his service dog in the ass.
Yeah. Y'all just running your most aggressive plays on him?
Dude.
You like, screen. Hey, check it out, dog. I'm going to set him up for a hard pick. We're going to knock those eyes straight, you know?
For real.
And then foul. Hey, what about fouling him, too? Putting him to the line all the time?
Yeah, and they shooting air balls the whole time. But yeah, no, for real, in high school, man, we used to play this school, man, and it was their highlight, and it was so dope for us, man. Because y'all know me, I've always been that give back guy, that's always been my thing.
Back that smoke.
Bro, yeah, I felt so bad. I really did feel bad dunking them, buddy. I really did feel bad dunking them, buddy.
You should have grabbed your junk when you did it, just hung with your tongue out. Like,
hey, they beat us by like 30 points every year. We let them run us out.
You know what would make me mad, though? I'd be like, hey, coach, can I just not come this Saturday if we're going to do this? like if we're going to do this, if we're going to let a team beat us, can I just not come?
I was always curious why our school got picked. All the schools in Greensboro, that's like, hey, Grimsley, y'all come play these kids. Like, why did we always get picked for it? I was curious to this.
It was like, hey, Grimsley, we saw your reading levels. Y'all there, you know? Y'all there. So I mean, you probably know these kids.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell y'all now, man. I was gonna wait till I went home, bro. Guess what's open, bro?
What's open?
Parker Brothers Chicken and Fish. My restaurant.
Your restaurant? Bro, it's open here?
No, it's in Greensboro.
So you're gonna go when you go home?
Yeah. So what happened was everybody in Greensboro was telling them, "Yo, you need to bring this back." So on the weekends, they have a little like
a scratch kitchen food truck.
Yeah, man. So Parker Brothers is back, son. I can't wait to go home.
But who opened it back up? The
guy that
owner?
One of them kids from one of them kids from the special needs school
that I dunked home.
Welcome to Parker Brothers Chicken. Hey, Ken Miller, I'll dunk your ass now. You ever heard of Maserati?
Yeah. Bro, that's dope, though, they bringing that back.
Yeah, he even had the sign, the original Parker Brothers sign from the store. Like, he has the sign. My sister sent me a picture of everything.
Was that the spot everybody went to?
Every black person. It was right across the street from North Carolina A&T State University, HBCU in Greensboro. Every black person, if you know any black person under the age of, over the age of 40 years old in North Carolina, they ate at Parker Brothers. They know Parker Brothers.
You gotta go over there and bring them a picture, like for a pizzeria, so they could just put the picture. Be like, I don't know if you know this, I'm Ken Miller. I'm definitely one of your most famous employees.
Hey, the funny thing is, old Parker Brothers is a pizzeria now.
It is, yeah. Hey, they would love to put your picture in. Look, we got everybody here. We even got some of the colors. Look at that's Ken Miller. He dunked on that. You remember he dunked on that kid? He was a little sparagouche. A little sparagouche kid, yeah. The one that used to catch farts in a jar. Yeah, that's old Kenny Miller. He put it on him. Balls in his face. That's why I love this Munyon. I love this Munyon. Nah.
Kicked his little dog in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah, kicked him so hard he stopped drooling, you know? Cover the spread Ken. That's what I used to call him.
Hey,
cover the spread Ken.
Can you ever give the kid his crutches back?
Yeah. Hey, Tiny Tim, it ain't Christmas today. Fungool, look at him. I don't know if he's crying or his eyes just water like that. You know, look at him. Ken just stood directly in the middle of him because his eyes went two different ways. It was like pitch black. You couldn't see him.
Oh my! This might be the one.
This
might be the one.
Baby drop box.
Yeah, somebody's gonna write a letter too far.
Yeah.
Okay, let me say this because we're doing this. Let me say this. Have you, as a comic, ever been offended by anything you heard? And I'll start off with mine. I've not liked jokes to being like, man, I don't like that. But I've never thought, but you can't say that.
Yes.
You know,
yes,
I've just been like, and I have honestly been like, man, that sucks, man. I don't like this at all. But I know the game and the rules.
Okay. It's not stand-up, but it's a comedian who is saying it. I've actually felt that way where I was like, bro, you really shouldn't be saying what you're saying right now. And it was on this show right here. I think it was our second year on.
Hey, I ride or die with Devin till he falls. So you better chill out. Okay?
It was the hard R's I didn't like.
Yeah. That's what let me know Devin was real.
Yeah.
I saw him and Ken just dunking on a bunch of hard R's. Soft R's, I guess that's what you call them.
Oh my God.
They were dunking on some soft R's. And I said, I like it. That's real sportsmanship.
What was the comedian's name that used to be on that show with Steve Byrne? What's his name?
Owen Benjamin. Was it Owen Benjamin?
Owen Benjamin?
Yeah.
It was when he just decided out of nowhere during his stand-up comedy set he could say the N-word. And he was like hot in the news at the time. We got an interview with him.
He told me that the reason he said, why do I get in trouble for saying the N-word and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg don't? I said, well, I think I have an answer. And he goes, I'll tell you why, because they're liberal elitists. I was like, well, that's not the first thing they are, you know?
So yeah, that was the only time I can remember. I'm like, bro, you as you know better as a comic.
Which is
why
so
you can't
crazy,
say that word.
Because I work with him. And he wasn't even that
guy.
Type dude. Like, what happened?
He picked it, and I'm talking without knowing the guy too much, only interviewing him and stuff. He picked a hill to die on instead of being like, okay,
he did.
My fault. Instead of being like, my fault, didn't think you guys would react that way, didn't know that. He picked a hill to die on. But when he told me Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg were liberal elitist, and that's why they were allowed to say the N-word. I was like, I don't know.
The funniest part was we got him in a corner and he said, all right, fine. Give me one good reason why I can't say the N-word. And Miguel said, I don't know, history.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know, your grandfather overused it. You know, I'm sorry.
I was crying when he told him that. But that's the only time I've ever been like offended. Like, bro, you are really effing up right now.
But let me ask you, you still didn't think he didn't have, you still like had that whole, you can say it, you're just wrong for saying it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's a hard one as a comic, man.
I was like, I believe as a comic, you can say whatever you want on stage, but
you can pay the price.
You got to pay the price.
Because the audience has the right to tell you no.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, man. I'm probably anything sexual assault. Like, I just feel like this
too far.
I mean, I've heard a very funny joke. I even saying the word rape joke.
Just call it a medium R. Remember, we got soft R's, hard R's.
R.
Wow, Ken, you just mediumed it?
Yeah, a medium R. Wow. No, this is a hard R. This is a hard R. Pat Garrity has a really good one, and it's another comic has a really good one.
Pat Garrity's got a great one, but we got to stop running into it like
this. Really good one too. But dude, it's just one of them things where I'm just like,
because we all know we all know a victim.
That's it's just one of them things where I'm like, man, like when you was sitting down writing, you was like, yo, this gonna kill the audience. You know what I mean? Like it's something about that right there. I could never touch.
Some of the greatest jokes are the ones that you're like, oh my God, I'm laughing at this.
Yeah.
Like when you laugh at something and you're like, wow, I should not feel comfortable laughing at this. That's an amazing joke.
Yeah. You're right about that. Like, damn, I'm actually, I know that's,
because
I can't even repeat this joke.
The one for Tosh is, he talking about his sister. He traded her mace for silly straw, and when she got assaulted, she tried to spray the dude, but it was so amazing with the silly straw, and she's like, "You got me, you got me."
That's damn, bro.
The minute she sprayed it, she's like, "Ooh, I gotta get him.
I gotta get him back." Yeah, and Pat's about ghost rape, about somebody. A ghost raping somebody, but I always feel like it's just too far for me. That subject is I wouldn't touch that with a 20-foot pole, bro.
Yeah.
So what's yours, Miguel?
I mean, there's not like a subject that I've heard. There's just the way a joke's been done that I'm like, this isn't. This is cringy. Like as much as a subject, it's cringy, and once it starts getting cringy for me, I'm like, this isn't good. And I think as a comic, I feel like for no reason, I feel like I'm bare responsible. Like now I feel like, oh no, I'm gonna be hearing about this forever.
Yep.
Yep. And I think, and this sounds so weird, but I'll say this, especially during the Trump administration, there were so many comedians going on like far left, far right sides that was running into jokes that wasn't even material. That was, it was just so cringy. And people were like clapping along because they were like politically supporting the ideology. And I was like, this is horrible.
Yep.
Like, this is
for comedy.
Horrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, people would just walk in and be like, F Donald Trump. And the room was like, ow. Yeah. Or they would walk in and be like, let's build that wall. And the room, ow. And I'm like, no, he ain't said anything funny.
No, not one
thing. He's not nuanced. He's not dunking on soft R's.
No.
Like.
Hey, Parker Brothers Fish.
I'm really happy to play you, Ken. Why? You trying to get smoked, son? Kenny Miller crushes on him. He checks the ball across his giant head. And you guys, we gotta go to commercial. When we come back, we're probably canceled. You're listening to Real Laughs or whatever show they put on now because they got rid of us. Sponsored by Kenny's Groceries. Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. I am your host, Miguel Colon Jr., joined in virtual studio with James Yawn and Ken Miller. And if you hear us laughing, it's because we were just talking about our favorite soul food restaurants in the area. And we were talking about how soul food can't be healthy and delicious.
Nah.
Like, you need to know it's bad for you. We said I will go to a place and order pork chops if they were called He's Coding,
Good stuff. Good. The only healthy soul food is in Atlanta, a place called Slutty Vegan. And
I've heard of that.
Food, and it's super soul food. And
that sounds like a girl who's trying to do comedy at Grumpy's right now or something.
Damn.
Yeah, those are the names. That's a dude.
Oh.
That's a dude right now riding a scooter downtown, practicing his set, and his first joke starts out with, "So I'm R-ing this girl." Let's see.
God dang it, man. Oh,
Yo,
boy,
man. But yeah, we were just
I-
talking. We got a new sponsor coming up that does food, but we also got a sponsor too. James, who's our sponsor, brother?
Man, you guys know him and love him. I've actually used this guys at my private parties. I'm talking about Todd Bogue, 2018 Florida Magician of the Year. The ridiculous comedy and magic show every Thursday night in Daytona at the Shores Resort and Spa. 7 p.m. showtime, only $15 to get in. Hosted by 2018 Florida Magician of the Year, Todd Bogue. You guys got to go check him out. For more information, just visit toddbogujokes.com. Again, that's TODDBOGUEJOKES.com. toddbogujokes.com. Check them out. The ridiculous comedy and magic show every Thursday night in Daytona at the Shores Resort and Spa.
You know, Todd Bogue, the Magician of the Year. I have to say this: a Magician of the Year contest has to be full of the most haters. Because magicians already got spice with each other. I can just imagine them sitting there. Yeah. There's at least 3 dudes in those vests, like the Ringling Brothers vest. One dude with a top hat. There's like a Chris Angel dude who's like sitting in a trance the whole time. There's one dude just petting a rabbit. He's eating a banana like that dude on a belly. He's like, I don't like that Todd Bogue. I'm gonna drop a dime on that Todd.
Bro, I know 3 really good comedians. I'm sorry, magicians, and there's spice between them.
Magicians got spice,
they
man.
got spice between them, yeah, bro.
Because they're all just you think about it too, like the same way we have to kind of hash premises and make these new premises interesting, or make old premises new and interesting. They have to do that with magic sometimes, and it's And anytime remember when that masked magician went on TV showing off all the tricks and stuff like that?
How it's done, yeah.
He caught it.
He did.
I think the Magicians Guild, they were all sitting around a table one day and they were like, he's gotta go. And like the rabbits are like, hey, he's gotta get out of here. You know?
Yeah, and it's always shocking me about the people who have beef that you didn't think had beef. Like I didn't even know magicians had beef. Like I was watching, I think it's either Beef 3 or Beef 4, and they had like skaters, like skateboard dudes had like it was like
there used to be cliques. Like the Bones Brigade. Remember them back in the day?
Bro, I didn't even know skateboarders had like beef. Like never knew that, bro.
Yeah. It was a territorial thing back in the day when I was growing up.
Beef? Beef is when you need the ollie right between your feet. Beef is when you roll 4 truck sets deep.
I was trying to find who the beef was, but it was like what's the dude that sings Skate Push?
Lupe Fiasco.
So it was like Lupe and like some other skaters, but they were like Lupe wasn't a real skater. Because like in the video, he just does like one move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and everybody was like, yo, this dude ain't no real, he misrepresenting us. I was like, I didn't know skateboarders got down like
I'm
that.
like, y'all ain't got no representation. Take what you can get. I tell you this much. If I was going to think of like actors I would want to have beef with each other, not people who really did, but I would love to find out like Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Rogers, who was on site. You know? like they could not come in the same room together. And I'd like to find out that Bozo had to broker the peace. He's I called him to Chicago and I sat him down. I said, you're fighting your father's wars here. Okay? You know how much money there is in this kid thing? Okay, me and Big Bird. Yeah,
there's no coke.
Yeah. Oscar the Grouch is sitting there smoking a cigar. You're bringing too much boop and heat into what we're doing. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told that uppity Nicky Barnes. You keep it quiet, or you die in this game.
You uppity? Oh man, that's
funny. My goodness, bro. Hey, Pee Wee Herman versus Steve from Blue's Clues.
Yeah,
Drew that, bro.
You were in the same theater, Steve. You were in the same theater. Yours is smaller.
And the dog's like,
we just got a letter. We just got a letter. It's from the district attorney. I'm going to hang myself. You know?
It says cease and desist.
Yeah.
What's the show on HBO last weekend? What's the guy?
John
Oliver. I love John Oliver's beef with Fox News.
Yeah.
His beef with Tucker Carlson is my favorite, bro. He destroys that dude every week.
That's like his goal.
John Oliver, one of the most underrated comedians on the planet.
Yeah.
That dude is funny.
Yeah, yo, he does like what South Park's able to do. In 1 week, compile a show based on what's important going on that time and keeping it fresh, you know? And that's hard to do.
It's very hard. As a guy
that's
that
my
tries
new
every
that's
day,
my
it's
new
hard.
favorite beef right there. Them two.
Tucker Carlson
versus
and
John Oliver, though. That's my new beef right there. I love
That's a
that
horror
beef.
beef.
Speaking of Fox News, man, it's crazy because they're going through that defamation suit for one thing, because they're making false claims about the election being stolen. But what about when their fans, the people who are diehard fans of Fox News, learn that the people that host the show is full of crap and really don't like Trump like that? They don't even, it doesn't change anything.
It doesn't change.
It doesn't change not one thing,
Before
even
we
when they
go
find
on
out
with
the
this,
truth.
before we go on with this, remember, Real Ass is not a political show.
We're not. I'm
comedians.
just saying, anything that you get to see behind the curtain, and you're
I'll help you keep it real, guys.
But
You
you're
can't
correct,
tell
James, I agree.
anyone. You can't tell anyone that's a political fanboy.
You're right.
Whatever their politics are,
You're right.
that they're wrong if they're a fanboy.
That's right.
The fanboying part is what's getting to me, because I'm not trying to pull this whole I remember when, because there was always crap. But I do remember when, even after you got a president elected and voted for him, then you started talking crap about him if he didn't get done what you liked. Because I remember tons of people being around like, "Oh, Bill Clinton, he gonna do it," and then like 5 months later, Bill Clinton better get off his ass and fix welfare.
You're right.
I'm tired of this.
Absolutely, man.
It's not there.
It's like you root for politics like you root for your favorite team. No matter what they do, I'm riding with them. Yeah.
I to this day, I am a registered Democrat, and I voted for both parties.
Yeah, you told me that.
Everybody know me. I voted for George Bush twice.
Yeah, you need that job, yo. I
needed that job,
bro.
Hey,
job
and
security,
after that, Obama after that, and then Hillary after that, and
bro,
then recently,
I voted for Obama in the last election. I wrote him in.
Yeah. I did it right in for Kanye. This before Kanye was all Jewy and stuff.
Yeah,
all Jewy.
I wrote the Lost Boys in. They said the rappers are the vampires. I said whatever, it's gonna be better.
Yeah,
you pick. Is it Kiefer Sutherland or is it Mr. Cheeks? You pick.
What you want? That's funny. Lights, camera, action.
Yeah, I just feel like
hey, man,
either set.
I'm gonna say this, and for all the people who listen, honestly, really think about every president you've had in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Has your life really changed that much?
No, it's like you got to really look at their policy.
I really think about like my life. If Donald Trump was in office right now, I honestly think my life would be exactly the same it was 4 years ago. That's just my opinion. So I don't take that much stock in. I take more stock in my local elections than I do the president.
Well, that's
you should take more stock in my local.
You should.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, man. You need to step up your homeowners association,
bruh. Man, I walk my neighborhood today. I'm snitching on a lot of people, man. They grass is terrible.
Try snitching.
Bro, I don't like the bad grass. Yo, first of all, they got on me for years about my grass. Now I done went out here and put $900 on this grass, and now ain't nobody else getting in trouble. No, son.
You ask your homeowner association.
What Nino Brown say? This bigger than me.
Bigger than me.
Yeah.
I got names.
Yo, Akeem Akbar, baby.
Bro.
You told your homeowner association, you're like, I don't understand why 9 years I was catching hell about my grass. What's going on? And the homeowner association president comes out the shadow and says, remember a little basketball game, Ken? I sure do.
Hey, I'm like, hey, we ain't have good grass in our neighborhood, Miss Hawkins.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the projects, Miss Hawkins. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't born with good grass in my mouth, Miss Hawkins. You know, so the brother showed me an opportunity how to get some grass. I got some grass. So why everybody else grass in here trash? Is what
Ken Miller, your soul is required in hell.
Kid turned into Denzel at the end of Training Day. I'm putting everybody on report. King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Shoe program, 23-hour lockdown.
I don't even know what shoe program is.
Safe housing unit. It's the safe housing unit.
Oh, okay. Yep. I don't even know, because I'm like, they making shoes now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm in the shoe program. Yeah. Stitching LeBron's. Fire.
Bro, think of the New Jack City. He really shot Buddy, and the cops just was like,
They shook their
For
head.
the love of money.
Yeah,
Yep.
and who was the white cop? That's my dude.
Judd Nelson.
Judd Nelson. Fire roll. First of all,
Bruh.
it wasn't the person who didn't think Judd Nelson was a badass white boy after they saw that movie.
That's true.
There wasn't
That's
one
true.
black person who walked out of that theater. They went back and saw Breakfast Club, and they're like, he's badass when he's a white boy. He's badass when he's an Italian dude in the hood.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
Judd Nelson was firing that. The
Bruh,
slow,
that was-
just put the glasses on
Yeah.
slow, like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, popped them, yo.
Mhm.
With a Ruger. What
Yeah,
the heck? Oh,
He had that gun when he had that gun when he was flying with the red tails.
Tuskegee issue. Yeah.
Got this pistol when I landed outside of Sicily.
Yeah.
Took it off a dead Itai soldier.
Yeah.
Only got 2 bodies on it. Itai Colonel popped himself and Nino Brown.
Yeah.
They trying to charge me with both.
That was the gun from a soldier
Hey.
story.
Mhm,
Hey, before
yeah.
he walked in there, he was like, we fight.
We fight. To the last plane, to the last man, to the last homeboy running the
No,
Carter.
time out. This dude said that's the gun from Soldier
Soldier Story, yeah.
No. Hey, man. The one they shot the sergeant.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
You colored boys think you can just ham and dammy in this place?
Hey, Sarge was like, hey, boy. Hey, get you, boy.
You get you,
I got-
boy.
He said, I got one in Fort Huachuca, Arizona. One out in Louisville, but oh, Sarge, bro. Oh,
That's
you know
funny.
that's one of my top 10 favorite movies.
Mine
Anything
too.
you don't want to do, the color troops will do for
Do it
you.
for
bro.
you.
That's
Oh,
one
my
of my
God.
favorite. This dude
That was
said
a great
that's the
movie.
gun. I'm sorry, bro, because now I'm playing the movie in my
Back
head,
of your
bro.
head. Yep.
got him.
Everybody is in that movie.
Everybody's in it. Yep.
David Allen Greer,
Greer.
Denzel.
What is the we determined too last time we had Kaufman a long time ago. We were talking about the dude who plays the Sarge was like old school Broadway and everything too, right?
He's vaudevillian almost. Yeah.
He
You know who I
he the
thought was in
dad
that-
He was the dad from Color Purple.
Purple.
You the one
Yeah.
that sit at
Absolutely.
your dinner table and talk to you
Right.
like that.
Boy, you gonna let her talk to you like
Did the head of your own dinner table. His voice was the same in every movie.
Every movie.
It's
Every
exactly the same. He's like,
Yeah.
you colored boys think you can just come on in here and have a fun old time. I'm like,
Man, I'm watching that as soon as I get done.
Me
with
too.
Dude,
Me
his
too.
name Adolph Caesar.
Adolf Caesar.
Adolf
Close.
Caesar.
Great
Yeah,
actor.
man.
Yeah.
His mama was
Bro.
like, "You gonna be named after 2 great." Well,
Bro,
they both
he
died. They both
early.
died. Yeah.
He 1933. He died in 1986.
that's
Right
50,
after
what,
Color Purple.
Yeah, dude. For real.
53?
Yes, sir. Yeah, a year
Right.
after
Yeah.
Color Purple. Yeah,
Right after
yeah.
Color Purple. Yeah.
He's like, "I'm done."
Yeah,
He said,
but for
I
real.
done dropped 2 fire. I done dropped 2
Yeah.
fire movies. I'm out of here.
He out. Well,
But yeah, you're right, Miguel. He was super big in theater. Really
Yeah,
big
just-
in theater.
Guys, we got to go back. We got to go to commercial. When we come back, if we're still on the air, I got a question because I always wonder. We're pushing it. We'll be back with more Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. To Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. I am your host for this evening, Miguel Colon Jr., joined in studio with Ken Miller and James Yon. And I want to bring something up just because in the beginning, I think we didn't talk about this a lot. Now everybody knows this show is pre-recorded a couple days ahead of time so that we can drop it because we're always on tour, we're always running around, and we're not available. But I'm getting text messages right now from somebody who's like, "Oh, I want to talk about what y'all talking about. Can I call in?" And I'm trying to let them know you listening to the show we recorded yesterday is pre-recorded. And my man actually texted me, "Well, just pre-record me too."
What
check
were
it
we
out. My
talking
mom-
about on Monday?
I don't know what y'all
Bro,
talking about.
we talk about a lot of mess.
Yeah,
man.
we be all over the place. Like y'all, I don't think y'all understand. Like I have a notepad right here on my computer with everything I want to talk about, and it'll be 10 things, and we might talk about one of them.
One. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's how it worked. That's how it works.
Because you
man.
guys are actually listening to 3 comedians sitting at a table having a drink outside of a comedy club.
Yeah, we
right.
don't
This
have.
is pretty much what you're listening to. This is
We-
Real Laughs in a
We have
nutshell.
no script.
No.
We have outlines. So each of us are responsible for having some ideas of things we want to talk about. But
Yeah.
the thing is, we haven't discussed this with everybody. I didn't call up Ken and say, "Hey, Ken, let's talk about a soldier story." And then James, you can throw anytime you hear anything, it's
Off the
new. It's
cuff.
generally new to two of the people on the show. And one of the people, and then I'm going to tell you the truth about our work ethic. It's not like I say, we're going to talk about a soldier story. Here's some notes from a soldier story. Here's some anecdotes. I'm just like, soldier story. That was a good movie. All right, done. You know?
It's crazy because when we started, me and Hurley, he came on during COVID, we actually would be like, hey, we're gonna talk about this and that, and guys, think of us movies, and it was the flow just wasn't us,
and it doesn't work.
It just wasn't us.
No,
it wasn't us.
We used to. So James used to try to also help us be ahead of stuff by being like, "Hey, I'm gonna send out this email, and each of us had a day to host it, and you would put like notes as to what you were gonna talk about."
Absolutely.
And mine were always lies because I was like, "I'm gonna send him this so I don't get yelled at," and then by the time I come on, I'm gonna figure out what's fun to talk about. And I would always feel bad. I would always feel bad because James would have his computer open. I know James is like, "We're not talking about Antarctica right now. What's going on?" And I'm like, "So what'd y'all do yesterday?"
But it's so funny how we found our voice after so many years. Like we found a rhythm to this thing, man, that truly works.
And this is way more fun.
Oh my God,
because your email be like, "Yo, we're gonna talk about the Iran Contra." Be like, "What?"
I haven't played that video game in forever. Up, down, left, right.
BABA.
It's like Miguel be Googling news stories, and whatever news story pop up. Hey man, so you guys heard about this Black Dahlia lady?
Yeah. What? Did they catch it yet? I don't know.
So smallpox, am I right?
Yeah.
I just got vaccinated for smallpox. Why? I was
Weird.
Googling news stories. That is what came up, bro.
The only person on this show that wherever like, what do you want is Patricio. I'm like, let me hear it first before you go on.
Hey.
So I was doing MDMA at this shaman's house, and we were skateboarding, and then some dude put his pee-pee in my face. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that.
We good.
But speaking of some like kind of sort of a topic, if you will, I've seen some things happen in my years living that I thought I'd never see, like the legalization of marijuana. Like, I used to be one of those guys that had to, sneak and smoke back in the day in the 90s, whatnot. We, blunts and whatnot, and it's legal now. So just throwing it out there to you guys, what is something that's been illegal forever that y'all think might become legal before we die?
I mean, the way things is looking, segregation. I mean,
bro, I think give it 5 years because everybody's attitude towards it is changing. I guess it's not so taboo anymore. I think prostitution.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, honestly, honestly.
Okay, unless you're trafficking someone, which is 100% wrong.
Right. Yeah, that's wrong. If
you're a lady of the night and it's something you want to do and it's your life and it's your stuff and you want to sell it for $40 and some Wendy's chicken nuggets, I vote for it. I vote for it.
She said, "I will get on all fours for it."
I vote for it. I don't. Yeah. Like, but I'm on the ilk of this is me when it comes to laws like that. If you're not holding that lady against her will and she wants and she's doing what she wants, man, it's your body. If you want to sell that thing for 40, hey, why we in the way?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Why we in the way, bro?
I think gambling. Casinos.
Casinos.
Now gambling has come back. Like right now, sports gambling is huge now.
Huge.
Now in certain
I'm
states,
gonna say that. Yeah.
In certain states, you can't open them apps, but you can make like parlay bets.
Yeah.
But sports gambling is now to the point. It's if the government can make money taxing it,
they're gonna let you do it.
They're gonna let that. They're gonna let it happen. They are legit gonna let it happen. I don't even know why.
Psilocybin mushrooms are going to be more legal everywhere.
Yes, they're starting to use them for medical purposes now.
No, it's just because tell you, man, it's just because like middle class people are cool with it.
Yeah.
Once middle class people are cool with it, because middle class people used to talk to you about weed like you smoking the devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
Gonna bring that heroin through the door, and now they're like, I smoke my pen. It helps me relax because I got anxiety.
Why lettuce?
It don't look nothing like lettuce, man.
Yeah.
The devil's
lettuce.
The
No, man.
the one green thing that has no nutritional value.
Yeah.
That's what they decided to go with.
Yeah.
I just say go ahead and make armed robbery legal.
Bro,
Why not?
I just want to know what the devil's garden looks like. Like, what does carrots be looking like? Like, what the devil?
Nice.
Well, we know
Want
eggplant
pie?
is penis in the devil's garden. So we
Oh,
know that.
wow.
The devil
We know that.
hung.
We know the peach in the garden is the booty. We know that.
How
We
did
know
how that eggplant gonna fit in that peach, man? That's why it's the devil's garden.
I got one more thing I think might become legal, and y'all gonna think I'm crazy because we get to a point where you can pretty much marry anybody you want to. It's gonna become a law, I think, to have more than one wife.
Which I ain't got no beef with that either.
Now here's the thing, though. It's got to be both ways. So you got to be able to have more than one husband too.
Yeah, yes.
And that's the crew.
That's the crew.
If you got your chick got 4 husbands, man, she got it. She's walking like Kill Bill with them all behind her.
Yeah.
Hey James.
Yeah. We're heading to Kenny's grocery store. Yes.
Bro, I think those things can really happen in our day. I think they're gonna legalize gambling, legalize prostitution, and you can have more than one spouse.
Yeah. And because gambling is pretty much almost there.
Bro,
It's almost there.
They're just losing money.
It's just a few states that don't want to sign up because they're that Bible Belt Christian.
Yeah.
Where God playing the numbers right now.
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, Mississippi got no problem with their lynching history, but they're like, God would frown if he found out you was putting down a parlay.
Yeah,
You know?
but I will say this about Florida
in the union, bro.
Yeah.
I'll say this about Florida, bro. We have 1 million people moving here every day. Open up a casino everywhere. It will be on and popping. Bro,
Yo, if Orlando had a casino, Disney knows that would be the only competition it's ever had.
That's right.
But if the mouse had a casino, welcome.
Man,
I want to put 600 goofies on Tinkerbell. If I got to come to that room and shake it down again, Andy.
Hey, what number you think Jesus play? I say 316. I think that's his number.
316. You play that, John? Yeah.
He don't play the numbers the day he was died on, though.
How many pieces of silver did Judas get for betraying him?
30.
30? Yeah, that's his number. 30.
That's his Powerball.
Yeah, 30.
Hey, when he feeling really spicy, play something from Revelations.
Oh my goodness, bro.
I love this show.
Yo, my face is dying, bro. Oh man, but bro, you know what I watched today? I watched a Vietnam documentary.
They're good.
Ken Burns or
it was on Nat Geo, bro. The Vietnam War was graphic.
Yes.
Another thing about it so let me interject something that I've learned statistically about the Vietnam War. And what people get wrong about it is they think body count wise we were losing the Vietnam War. We were decimating the North Vietnamese army and the NVA.
If you watch this documentary, killing them. When we left, dude, they ran the South Vietnamese army. When I say ran them out of there, ran them. Them dudes was taking their uniform off.
And James, it's a common misconception about a lot of our wars. Like you look at Afghanistan. Clearly, we didn't have a plan that was going to work to occupy it. But you have to understand, in 30 days, we got there, and then the Taliban went from being the controlling government to Afghanistan to being hidden.
Yeah.
And then when we left, they took right back over.
Yep.
But when you think about losing wars, we definitely lost the Vietnam War because we didn't accomplish what we were supposed to do. Yeah, right. But when you look at the soldiers' contribution to wars like the Vietnam War and Afghanistan, the boots on the ground were doing their job hard.
Man,
getting it done.
It'd be a battle and we'll have like 7 dead, 40 wounded, and we've killed 100,000.
Yeah. Look at Way City. James, there's a battle of Way City. In fact, the movie Full Metal Jacket, the end of it, that's Way City. It was a city fight. We were told, when I say we, I mean the United States government and the military, were told you can't use artillery and you can't use airstrikes because we don't want to destroy the city. And remember, that's something that happens to us in lots of battles. In lots of battles, we get the gloves put on us where we're like, hey, you can't destroy any buildings. You can't hit a target unless you clearly know who's inside there. Just because somebody's firing back from you doesn't mean you can fire on that position because we don't know if there's civilians there. And maybe these are really good rules because I've never been in war, so I don't know when the ROE is like that. But what you do know is that limits your ability to use your full potential. So now you're just using infantry grinding in, building the building. And we took Way City. And you're talking, I want to believe this was the most highly fortified position in the entire Vietnam War. It was a city, a former fort with giant thick walls. And the Marines took Way City. And when you watch these documentaries, you really change your opinion, because lots of people will be like, we lost the Vietnam War. We did. Because our but when it comes to body count, no.
But watching it, man, it made me realize, because, you know, we talked about our fathers and not really conversing with them. Why my father never talked to me about the Vietnam War.
Yeah, man.
My father has never in his life, God rest his soul, never brought it up, never talked about it, never talked about the friends he lost, his combat. All I knew is my father was in Vietnam.
And also, man, yeah, I'm sorry, just Ken, he had no home front. He had no home front rooting for him.
Yeah.
He had no, you're doing a great job. We appreciate you. We love you. He had a divided home front. James, what were you about to say? I apologize.
I was going to say real quick, you told me a story about when your father would be deployed to go places because he was a Marine. You said even coming home at that point, it was an adjustment of like 2 weeks, you would say, before he was.
Yeah, and I mean, and even when guys deploy on non-combat deployments too, and they're just gone away from home for a long time, and they're on edge, when they come back.
That main part, on edge.
On edge, yeah. You know, so you got a guy, he deploys to Kosovo, and it's a peacekeeping mission, and they're supposed to basically stay inside the wire most of the time. They're on edge the whole time. So they come back, and it takes time for the human body to get used to being full of adrenaline. That's one of the things that affects presidents so much. Constant stress and adrenaline on a president. And the first lady, they never talk about how much stress the first lady goes through.
That's true, because she sees her man.
Life. Yeah. And she's a part of it. She's a part of this whole thing.
That's true.
Ken, real quick, we got like a minute left of the show. Where are you going to be this weekend?
Hey, man, this Friday, I'm going to be at Barker's downtown the corner. If you want some tickets, send me a message, man. I'll get you on the guest list. And then after that, we're going to head over to see Bill Bellamy at the Orlando Improv this weekend, 21-22. Saturday, I'm in Tampa, Florida with Ron Hortman at the Carver Bar. Sunday, the 23rd, I'm in Wesley Chapel Side Splitters with Ron Hortman as well.
Cool. That's what's up. James, where are you going to be? You going to be home kicking it with the kids?
I'm kicking it with the kids. And before Devin goes to Baltimore, he's moving soon, man. Got his master's degree, headed out to Maryland. So, yeah, I'm going to be at home, and we'll go see Bill Bellamy.
I refer to your son as Devin the Dude every time, and he just nods, and I'm like, you don't get how cool that is.
No, you'll understand, you'll understand what we just said to you, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, guys. Love you guys. Love being on the show. Love you guys who listen. Thank y'all so much. Please tune in to Real Laughs next week. And if you have a chance, come on out to the Improv. Come kick with us and Bill Bellamy. James, hit him with it.
Take your ass to bed.
Good night.
Night.